Here's an updated list of more the White Lotus theories that I think are incredibly possible. I do not trust this man as far as I can throw his little dainty body and trust he will be dealt with. I think it's safe to say that we all think that Fabian is working for Greg or Gary. I also rewatched the scene when Belinda was confiding in Fabian about everything that she knows about Greg, and I noticed that at first, Fabian looks very nervous, then suddenly gets super defensive. It's like, Belinda, stop talking about this, we can't be talking about guests like this, which makes me think he knows exactly who Greg is and what he's done, and Fabian knows that if he alerts any authorities, Greg could unalive him. Or if you saw the nice car that Fabian drove up to Guy Talk, maybe he's making money off of all of this. And let's not forget him blatantly telling Belinda, I think you'll survive, which could be foreshadowing that Belinda does survive. Following up on my poison fruit smoothie theory from last video, if it does happen, I don't think it'll be an accident, and I don't think it's gonna be Lachlan who drinks it. If you remember in this past episode, Lachlan says to Saxon, one day I'm going to take you down, which makes me think that Lachlan's true motive is truly just to big man his brother. But not only big man him, truly take him down by putting the poison fruit into the smoothie for Saxon to drink. And as for what's happening behind my head, we all expected it to happen, but my jaw was still on the floor. Personally, I would like to believe it doesn't go further than this, but from the preview for the next episode, it looks like Mike White wants us to think it does go further. Another theory that I would like to build on is the one that says that Lachlan is the floating dead body at the beginning of episode 1, but what if he's not actually dead? If you remember earlier in the season, there was this shot of Lachlan floating in water in a meditation tank with his eyes closed. So what if, when the shots start to go off, Lachlan's first thought is to get in the water and float and pretend to be a dead body because he's done it before, so no one shoots at him? Because Zion didn't actually approach the body, nor did we get to see anything other than a silhouette, so it could be possible that it's just Lachlan with his eyes closed hiding. I feel like the resolution between Lori, Kate, and Jacqueline is going to be very anticlimactic. I truly think their story will end with all of them fighting and screaming at each other and just saying everything they don't like about each other, and then they'll just go their separate ways and never see each other again. This past episode, Tim Ratliff did not go through with the incredibly heavy deed of unaliving himself, and I don't think he will. At random times, Tim appears to show a lot of love and respect for his daughter Piper, which actually catches her by surprise, which makes me think he's going to support Piper's wishes of staying in Thailand and enrolling in the monastery, but I think Tim is also going to stay in Thailand himself to evade being arrested back in the States. Back on Greg's boat, Tim said to Greg that he thought people who moved to Thailand were only there because they were running from something or looking for something. So I think Tim is going to keep running from his money laundering schemes. And given all the support that Victoria has given him despite him acting very different, I think she'll stay too. Before I say anything else, this monologue was incredible. Give him the Emmy. As for his character Frank, Mike White always has a reason for introducing important and new characters halfway through the season. My theory is that Frank is actually Rick's guardian angel. He'll actually protect him from making the decision to take out the man that apparently unalived his father. Because although yes, Frank brought him the weapon, he says to him, I hope you don't have to use that. And lastly, I hate to say it, but based on what Chelsea has been saying this entire season, I am fearful that she will be our fallen queen this season. She keeps talking about how she escaped death 2 times, and it just makes me think of 2 famous sayings, death comes in 3s and 3rd time's a charm. She's also very into astrology and keeps saying that she has bad feelings and thinks something bad is gonna happen, on top of the fact that she directly referenced Final Destination, and we all know how those movies end. I don't want it to be her, but what do you guys think?